Hey everyone, today I'm not showing you my progress like I always do, which I have. I did a lot of progress on making things visible in the distance. I have a special shader now for stuff that's really far away, but doesn't load other things too early, so I can save a lot on processing power. But today I want to show you the tutorial of how I did the grappling hooks exactly. It's the perfect system for making you swing like in a Spider-Man game or like in Attack on Titan, you know, the 3D gear, of course. It works with both hands. It supports pulling. It has a visual rope on it, and it even includes gravity and momentum already in the script. You have that in Unity as well, but to control it a little bit easier, it's also in there. Also, I did, or there will be, gliding system as well, so you can glide down a little bit easier. For that, the inbuilt gravitational system is a little bit more important. So first, let's talk about the setup. You will need a VR setup using Unity XR Toolkit. This is usually already provided by the VR template on Unity 6. You need a character controller on your player, even though it makes problems from time to time. It's very handy in VR. And two hand objects, one for the left, one for the right, each with a line renderer and an indicator prefab. I've placed everything already, you know how it looks like. This is it. The hooks are very simple for this proof of concept, and the lines from the line renderer are just that, they are lines. But of course, feel free to replace everything. Also, the indicators are really simple. I just did it in a picture editing software in 20 seconds, so I'm pretty sure you will come up with something far better. The core idea. The grappling hook works in two stages. First, it's shooting the hook with the grip button, and then you're pulling yourself to the destination with the trigger button. Each hand can act independently. We track everything with a custom class called Grapple Hand. So let's go and look at the code step by step so you can simulate it yourself. In the start section of the script, we find the XR controllers, we initiate the grappling indicators, and we make sure the rope visuals are hidden at the beginning. Then in the update section, we check if the controllers are valid or whether you're gripping or triggering, if you're hooked and pulling. Otherwise, we apply gravity and drag to keep movement natural. The grip button lets us shoot the hook. Raycast is fired from the hand. If it hits something, we store the hit point, which is the point where we want to go to our destination, and we show the rope using a line renderer when something that is hittable was hit. Releasing the grip detaches the hook again and hides the rope, and you are no longer able to pull yourself towards it, of course. The trigger button is for pulling. If you're hooked and holding the trigger, we calculate pulling direction. This direction is added to the player's velocity as well. If you're pulling from the ground, we give a little upwards boost to help you lift off with this script. If you're not pulling, gravity kicks in. I also apply drag to the side so the player slows down naturally over time, and we limit the fall speed to prevent not only unnatural motion but also to give the player time. This will be replaced later by me by the gliding script, which gives you this logic anyway when you spread your arms, but right now, to have a little bit of a chance to adjust yourself mid-flight, we do that. Then we have audio feedback. One when the hook is shot and another one when the pulling starts. You maybe already know that. One is a shooting sound and the other one is a sound like chains are getting pulled. This was done by AI for sound effects. I think it was 11 laps, which is pretty handy for stuff like that. You can, of course, do it like that yourself if you don't want to get the script. But by the way, this is a good part to say this. You can get the script, of course, when you join my Patreon. Then you just get access to the full grappling script, and you can just put it into your scene and everything should be working as it is. But let's continue. There's also a special method called apply burst force. You can call it from other scripts to override the player's velocity for one frame. It's great for a boosting mechanic I'm going to do. You don't have to take that. You can just delete it if you're getting this from my Patreon, or you can just not copy it because it is for very specifically a boosting mechanic where you go into wind currents and then you get dragged away. This is for that. Maybe you can use it, then use it. Then we have the visual feedback. The line renderer draws the rope from the hand to the target point. It's updated every frame, so it feels smooth and connected. We also have a small indicator preset that shows it. We already talked about that. So that's already it. It's not that complicated. It's actually really simple. You might think that it's a complex task to do something like that, but actually Unity gives you a lot of tools already to do that by yourself. So it doesn't take too much code. I think it's around about 160 lines with a lot of visual and auditive feedback. So I guess if you really want to break it down to the core, you could do it in such a small script. But you can decide whether you want to take new stuff in or old stuff out. Just know that I would be glad if you also just grab the script from my Patreon and support me with that. If not, feel free to copy everything from the video. Also, if you want to play that game, also on my Patreon. But enough of the advertisement. Thank you for looking into it. Next time I hope I can show you a little bit more. Everything I did this week was very theoretical, but maybe this is of some use to you. So thank you for watching and see you next time.